Hello, everyone. We are back. Welcome to Pop Chat. Happy Friday. Does anyone recognize the track in the background? Let me read some of these comments here in the chat. Danny, Rob, Lindsay. I think this is Michelle. I don't know why this always happens. Danny from Massachusetts. Anna Laura, hi. Shreyas is here over on X. We've got the LinkedIn crew. Hey, Ria from Toronto. Awesome. Britt, hi. One of my best friends, Britt, is here. Yeah, we have a countdown now. It's official. Yay. So happy to be here. Anna Laura, it's so great to see you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, David says, I may be a silent audience member today. That's all right. I know you're doing big things over at the Roosevelts, but so happy you're here. Let me turn down the music here. Yay. Hey, Tara. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for spending your Friday afternoons with me. We are back officially. This is the second Pop Chat of the year, back from maternity leave. But let me go ahead. We are listening to the karaoke version of Superficial by Heidi Montag. So happy for her. Of course, we're going to start talking about Spidey a bit, but maybe the karaoke instrumental can, bypass some of the copyright stuff. So yay, Alyssa. AJ, thank you so much for joining. Oh my gosh, this is so sweet. Yay. Kyle, you made it. Aw, thank you, Alyssa. I learned about Creator Match from oh my gosh, Queen Brienne. I love what you're doing. Yes, everyone check out Creator Match. AJ and Tara, his team, they're doing really awesome things. Pop Chats are like Fridays on steroids. I'll take it. I'll take it. We are going to get into it today. And again, if this is your first Pop Chat, if you're unfamiliar, we're going to do a little bit of background, but first to Britt is watching The Hills. Has anyone checked to see if The Hills is ranked in the top 10 on Netflix? I am really curious. Although I did see that Spencer Pratt was like, don't watch this, just stream the album. But a Hills rewatch is much needed. Hey, Faju, taking a break from Severance too, to join us for Pop Chat. Where is Jesse? Where is Dad, as we call him? Yay. I don't know who this LinkedIn user is. I don't know why this happens sometimes, but please identify yourselves. But just to reintroduce myself, again, my name is Brienne Fleming, and a lot of who I am can be summed up in this picture with my beloved Backstreet Boys. If you know me, I am a huge boy band fangirl, but I went to the University of Central Florida where I studied advertising and PR. Then I later went on to the University of Florida, got my master's there, and I now teach in the program. So again, post-maternity leave, I'm officially back this semester teaching. It's my 7th year. But yeah, big pop culture fan. I host Making the Brand. I also have a newsletter called By Popular Demand. And I live in South Florida with my husband, Sandy, and my daughter, Thea, who is 7 months old. Jay-Z, yay! You need to show like your trademark yellow emojis, then I would know it's you. So, if you haven't already, tell us who you are, where you're joining from, and what you do. I think we've got people from a bunch of different platforms, from LinkedIn, from X, anyone on YouTube today. I know last week we had a big YouTube crowd, but I think everyone has migrated over. But yeah, just for more Backstreet Boys, unlike what they say, I do care who you are, where you're from, and what you do. So please let me know. Drop it in the chat. And yes, Kevin, you gave me an idea that I included in yesterday's issue of By Popular Demand because of a comment you made in last week's pop chat. So you never know who I might feature because of all of the amazing commentary and discussion here. Michelle, you're the best. You are the best. So if you're unfamiliar with Pop Chat, we're going to do the Cliffs Notes version, but it's a weekly discussion about marketing, pop culture, and it's a place for community and connection. I haven't read Amanda Natividad's blog post yet, but I saw she was saying this morning that with TikTok going away and Twitter's now X and we're on LinkedIn trying to figure everything out, there's no more marketing water cooler anymore. The whole experience feels disjointed. So, if anything, I'm hoping this is a little bit like a marketing water cooler for you. So, great to see all of you here. And then, yeah, we love these Pop Chat trading cards. We always have to highlight these. These were awesome. So how it works, first and foremost, be you. There is no authority here. We're going to talk about marketing, but anyone from all levels, all backgrounds, whether you're an intern or a CMO, we want to hear from you. So share and reply to others, just connect and have fun. We keep it low key. So first thing I want to ask is to have you name a brand that has your loyalty. What is a brand that you're loyal to? And the irony is not lost on me as someone who works in brand marketing that I cannot think of a single brand that I'm like a lifer for. Um, I'm kind of loyal to Delta just by marriage because my husband travels a lot for work and and has a lot of points. But shampoo, toothpaste, lotion, product, like any kind of product, I will usually just buy what's on sale. So but let me know what brand has your loyalty that you will never deviate from, no matter what. Anna Laura says she still needs a Pop Chat trading card. We'll have to bring those back. Where is Dakota when you need them? Toyota. We have a Toyota in this family. Yes. LaCroix. Yes. What flavor LaCroix, though, Anna Laura? All of them? Are you loyal to a specific flavor? My husband is all about the pamplemousse, the, the grapefruit. Ria's loyal to Nike. Hey, Lathan, great to see you. Monzo Bank in the UK. Haven't heard of them before, but I wonder, do they have kind of a cult following over there in the UK? iPhone, Diet Pepsi. Can't go a day without one. Oh my gosh. Apple. Yeah, Maria, glad I'm not alone. Isn't it funny, kind of the irony of it? Sensodyne toothpaste since I said toothpaste. Yeah. Okay. All right. Surfside. Is that a brand? What did I miss, Kyle? Um, Howie's hockey tape. Their tape and skate laces are so very niche. Apple, Surfline. What are all these surf names? Surfing products. I don't know. I'm naive. So please enlighten me on what these are. Black raspberry, good choice. Pamplemousse, limoncello. Hey, Benjamin, Disney and Nintendo. Ooh, everyone go follow Monzo on LinkedIn. Good to know. All right, keep dropping those in the chat. Also, I think it's so funny that we all know each other so well online and we don't really know like we don't know what any of us drive. It just feels like such a common thing like you know your friend's car, but I don't know what any of you drive. So it's kind of interesting. I also saw a tweet it's like the internet's weird. Like we all get to know each other, but we've never seen each other's legs. I kind of feel that way, but about cars. Okay, let's do a little primer. We're going to warm up with today in pop culture history. Famous birthdays. First up, Maury Povich. He is 85 today, so happy birthday to him. Steve Harvey, Jim Carrey, Michelle Obama, Zoe Deschanel, and Dwayne Wade all have birthdays today. So if you see them, wish them a happy birthday. Yeah, it's like not knowing how tall anyone is. It's just kind of weird. Mara's here. Cheetos. Big fan. You keep Cheetos in the house. I can't tell you the last time I've actually like had Cheetos in the pantry, but I need to do that. Jake, we fixed the LinkedIn thing. Let us know how you did that because a few people were having that problem. Today's hashtag holidays, just for fun. It's apparently National Classy Day. So everyone keep it classy. Also, a little pop culture rewind. Apparently, on this day in 1929 is when Popeye debuted in a comic strip called The Thimble Theater. Also, I know the Supreme Court is all about TikTok right now. It looks like a ban is pretty imminent. AJ saw Michelle Obama this morning at breakfast, said happy birthday. I figured, good for you. Just seeing her out and about. Maury has looked the same age forever. I thought he might have still been on the air, but it looks like he ended in 2002. You are not the father. Okay, so speaking of the Supreme Court, apparently on this day in 1984, the Supreme Court ruled that private use of home VCRs to tape TV programs for later viewing does not violate federal trademark laws. Who remembers doing that? Like my mom used to record like Sesame Street for me on VHS to watch later. And I guess it was a whole thing that it might have been violating copyright laws, but the Supreme Court ruled that it is indeed not. So thank goodness we have DVRs today and we can just do it, without any infringement. Yeah, one of the Property brothers is dating Zoe Deschanel. Oh yeah, Michelle. She is obsessed with Jim Carrey. Popeye is public domain this year. What do you mean? What do you mean, Brandon? What do you mean? Yeah, something happening to TikTok. It is not too soon to joke. I saw someone post about Kesha and just streaming the original TikTok, so not too soon to joke. That's how we cope with things. When I told you I had an irrational fear that I would go to jail for recording a show on a VHS, I did not know this was a thing. I wonder if my parents had this fear, but that is so interesting. Oh my God, Mary-Kate and Ashley movies. Also for my millennials and Gen Z, on this day in 2003, That's So Raven aired. So there's your fun fact. Also, yeah, Michelle fixed it. Everyone's fixing the LinkedIn user thing. I don't know what the issue is. So if anyone knows how to fix it for anyone else in the chat, let us know. All right, let's get into some trending topics for the week. First up, like I said, we have to talk about Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt. As I'm sure you know by now, they lost their home tragically in the LA wildfires. And they're doing their best to make lemonade. So Spencer primarily led this movement on TikTok to get Heidi's 2010 album Superficial to go to #1. So I read an article about this, and it was saying that iTunes typically pays artists around 70 cents per download. So hopefully that's adding up for them really, really quickly, so they can recuperate a bit. So I'm just curious though, how would you sum up what is causing this movement? Why is this such a movement? Why did people get behind this? With your marketing hat on, if just in one word or in a few words, what is at play here? Even, psychologically or behaviorally, why are we campaigning behind this? I would say for one is just empathy. Like we feel for these people. And that's making people want to help and support. And it's really beautiful to see. So I'll let you think on this. We have 72 people here joining. So thank you so much for watching. But yeah, what do you like about this? What is really causing this movement, in your opinion, with your fancy marketing hats on over there? Rob says no one should lose their home to a fire and then be shamed for wanting to rebuild, but they need to raise funds. Yeah, and I know a lot of celebrities and people were getting heat. Like Mandy Moore put out a GoFundMe for her in-laws, and people had issue with that. Um, I wish the best for them. Extremely entertaining couple. He's just so funny and authentic. I never watched The Hills or anything, just started seeing them last week. Good for them. Yeah, authenticity. I know that's a word we always talk about in this industry, and Spencer is just coming at this with so much humor, which I love. I think we need humor through tragedy and, like I said, just to cope with things. Nostalgia, it's a millennial's kryptonite. It's so true. We are suckers for it. Great job summing that up, Jake. Ria says sense of community. Yeah. I mean, literally their entire communities were devastated and decimated, and it's great that people are rallying around them online. Maria says it's relatable. Spencer and Heidi don't feel untouchable. It showed their humanity and the side that many people don't typically show. I love that. I love that. Celebrities, they're just like us, as they say. Empathy for sure, but I imagine Spidey still has a decent amount of dedicated followers from the Hills days. Community rises in times of need. That's a good question, a good thought, Alyssa. I wonder when did the Hills air, and did they even really have social media? I think about this with the Jersey Shore cast. Like they were just everywhere in their prime, but they didn't even have Instagram. So I can only imagine all the brand deals that they missed out on. I think it's a great way to show up for people without setting up a GoFundMe. Yeah, and good for her for having, like, just some recurring revenue. She made a product, she put it out there 15 years ago, and it's still the still the gift that keeps on giving. So I love that they're highlighting and sort of recycling content. Brandon says, I think people want to help others. This is an easy way for a lot of people to contribute and help. Yeah, it's the least we could do. We don't see or feel it all the time, but people are ultimately good and want to help other people. That is a great reminder, Danny. I think that is true. People don't know how to help. This is an easy way to help. Yeah, I know they even featured the song in help me out. Love Island? Is it Love Island? Some show. Relatability, Lindsay says. Too much negativity around this. They worked hard to earn the cash, and we're all participants in getting them there. Yeah, we're kind of helping them. We feel like we're a part of it, helping them rebuild. Do we think that they should get their own show? That's what I'm wondering. It feels like we saw the famous reality star version of them for so long, and the layers have been fully stripped back in the wake of tragedy. Yeah, especially since, like, Spencer was such a villain. Like, I am loving his story arc here, and how he's kind of redeeming himself as husband of the year. He's even, like, updating his bio. It says, like, married to a number one, recording artist. Yeah, 2006 to 2010-ish. I know Heidi is still on Twitter. They've been tweeting through all of this. It will be interesting to see if their strategy changes if TikTok gets banned on Sunday. But also, so keep the answers coming. But I wanted to share this quote or this tweet actually from Heidi. She's really. I was going to use a phrase about fire, but I will avoid that. She is adding momentum to this movement. She said, "Oh, you thought I was done giving you new bops? I'm not. Prototype is out on iTunes and all streaming services tonight at midnight." So she's got a new single coming out, like really riding the wave, really striking while the iron is hot. So I'm curious, do you think Heidi's renewed fame will continue, or is this fleeting? I know there were some tweets about them potentially getting their own TV show as they rebuild. Do you think people would be interested enough in this? Would the millennials return? What are we looking at? Yeah, I don't know. That was her promo image, but we shall see. Yeah, I think we were still in our flip phone era when they were big. Yeah. She's leaning into the stereotypes from all her plastic surgery back in the day with that promo pic. Yeah, that was wild. That was, and I love that they had the cameras for that when she went and told her mom about everything and revealed her new look to her mom. I saw that clip resurfacing. It's empathy. Their fans who have continued to follow them for years, stayed loyal. It's definitely community coming together during a tragic time. Yeah, and I think what's cool about this is even people who weren't really fans, like I said, Spencer was the villain, but um even some of the Hills like castmates and stuff are coming out and streaming the song and making their own videos. Paris Hilton did. Culturally, it seems like we can better understand the context of their experiences and recognize their vulnerability in a way that we couldn't before. Vulnerability, big word, always so powerful when it comes to sharing a message. Definitely a huge nostalgia factor if they do a TV show. Could go either way. She's got to bring massive entertainment value to keep everyone's attention. Yeah, I think it would end up being more about Spencer, to be honest. Like I said, because he's so funny. He kind of reminds me of like the same appeal of like Scott Disick. If anyone watches the Kardashians, just like kind of a jokester, like definitely there in the background, but for great comic relief. Shreyas, whether her fame continues largely depends on her ongoing projects, how she manages her public image, and the reception of her work. If she continues to take on roles that resonate with her audiences and innovates in her career, there's a good chance she can maintain or even grow her fame. Yeah, I think at the very least, I mean, their follower count went up, so maybe they'll get some brand deals and some things that can sustain them. Linktree, shout out to the company Linktree. They put her song on a billboard in Times Square and we're encouraging people to stream it. Jesse says probably for a little while, but it'll be on brands for jumping onto the Spidey bandwagon if it keeps going. Michelle thinks it will continue. They have a new audience, but honestly, I think they might not want to be too huge because they seem more family oriented and just want the money to live their life, not necessarily stay in the spotlight. Only been a fan for a week, just my take. Yeah, it will be interesting to watch. I don't know, maybe having a taste of, like, being a number one artist is making them change their tune. Nostalgia will give anyone 15 more minutes of fame, but it's up to them to wow us to keep our attention. Yeah, maybe it'd be something that would kind of air for a season and then not last. I don't know. Will there be enough new, younger viewers who will care? That's a good question. That's a good question. Any Gen Zers here? Any is this just a millennial thing that we're all kind of into, seeing this resurgence? Um, let me know. Maria says it feels fleeting. However, I think it's a stepping stone for them to do more as time goes on, especially if they get a TV show. This is the catalyst. Yeah, I think the time is now. Lindsay says the audience is there. It's mostly car crash curiosity level, but it's there. Yeah, that's all we need, right? There's so many things I watch just because it's like a car crash. I feel like her name pops up every once in a while, but it always seems like a fleeting thought. Well, what I think is happening too is I saw them on Good Morning America and they were just so genuine and sincere and emotional. And I think Heidi in particular is kind of endearing herself to audiences again. Like people are seeing the human side of her when back in the hills, everything was so like catty and dramatic. So maybe we're seeing something really great happening. Doesn't Spencer sell crystals now? So, fun fact, I don't know if this is weird, but I was very curious about their home that they sadly lost. And I went and I remember that they were on MTV Cribs. You can go on YouTube and find their clip of MTV Cribs and see their house. And they had so many crystals. Like that was their thing. I don't know if he sells them, but they were definitely enthusiasts. Oh, thanks for dropping this, Jake. How to fix this. This is important for Michelle too. And I think Dominique is here. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so enough about Spidey. There's something else that we have to talk about, and that is Walmart's brand refresh. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I know people have thoughts. Yes, he sells crystals on pratdaddy.com. Oh my gosh, my life is so much better just for knowing that fact. So Walmart launched this brand refresh, marketers. While you're sounding off about it, I want to read what they said in their press release about it. So the word mark is inspired by Sam Walton's classic trucker hat and brought to life with a modern custom font that differentiates Walmart from the crowd. The updated brand identity will help Walmart build credibility and connection, become known for its convenient digital first services, and be seen as a more modern, culturally dynamic brand. Kyle, yes, I do know your thoughts. Please reiterate here. They really said bare minimum and nothing more. Yeah, the blue is more digitally friendly. I need to go back. Yeah, let me go back and see. Huh, I would agree with that. Like the contrast is a little better. Okay. I like the new icon, but I'm not crazy about the new typeface. Lindsay says womp womp. It looks less sun faded and it's going to look rebranded here shortly when the product sits outside. Oh, good thought. Kara says, pay your employees more and stop these unnecessary rebrands. However, I love that they posted joking about themselves. Yeah. and Kyle, was it? I meant to comment on this post and it disappeared, but I saw you posted that Aldi jumped in on this and showed like the before and after of their logo, and it was like exactly the same. So glad people are poking fun at it. The more I thought about this, the more I'm starting to get on board. Like a full rebrand, a full redesign just wouldn't have made sense. It's just a little tweak. But what I take issue with is their statement here with a modern custom font that differentiates Walmart. Like there's nothing differentiating about this. There's nothing that really feels, I mean, I guess it could be a custom typeface, but it doesn't feel super original. And one other thing that bothered me is on their press release and on their website when they announced this, they mentioned Sam Walton's trucker hat. And they didn't include a photo of that. That is a pet peeve of mine. Like if you have a picture of something that you can show me what you're talking about, I want to see it. So I did that for you here. Here's Sam Walton's trucker hat. And yeah, that does look like the same font. Oh, it was Alfie. They changed it to Alfie. That's funny. It'll scale better, more contrast. Yeah. Rachel says, is it really a refresh if it's just make it bolder? Yeah. So at least they kind of framed it as a refresh and not a rebrand. Just change the color and we're done. Yeah, pretty much. They said unnecessary, but do it anyway. I don't know. I don't know. I like the new blue. What I really like is that they jumped in on the fun after people started making fun of them. Yeah, maybe it was all just very calculated. They probably saw this coming. One other thing, I don't have it in front of me, but the color blue and the yellow that they use, they also have their own name for it. Kind of like Tiffany has Tiffany blue, which I thought was cool to kind of like brand a color. I love when brands do that. Um, they preferred to be called Walmart instead of Walmart. Oh, yeah, they dropped that hyphen. Lathan said, I think it's fine. So many brand refreshes get backlash for being too minimalistic, and Walmart's already is. People get upset when things change too much. It was a safe play. Well, thank you for the segue, Lathan, because my next question, and maybe this isn't a bad thing, how do you make a brand refresh feel meaningful and not minimal? Maybe minimal is okay, to Lathan's point. So let me know what you think about this. I mean, I do like that they didn't just like flip a switch and change everything without adding their own context about it. Dan is here. I like that they leaned into the humor. I should have included some of those posts. That made me like the rebrand more than I did initially. Yeah. They just gave it a fresh coat of paint. It was like a cart sat out in the sun for too long. Yeah. Um, yeah. I do wonder how much a branding agency got paid for this. Yeah, I know. I think Kyle was wondering that too. So let's pay some designers for, doing more work than that. Got a sense of humor about it. I have to get a pair of Aldidas sandals. Is that a thing that they've brought up before, or did you just make that up, Danny? Because that is so funny. I'm sure they have a great team working hard on it. I'm not a fan of the company, but good job to the team for keeping the identity with clear and subtle changes. Yeah, and they explained it. Oh, I do have a quote from them here, or an article. It said, not all reactions to the not so new logo were negative. Some design and marketing websites, for instance, called it a welcome glow up, while noting it wouldn't make sense for Walmart to drastically change its recognizable logo. So just a little glow up, a little nip tuck, if you will. Great value. Rolling it back. Oh my gosh, you all are really chatting it up. A t- Tiffany blue and Walmart blue, a tale of two income levels. Yes. Um, Start with a story. People love a good story with proper context. It helps give the framework for what changed and why. Yeah, and it sounded like Walmart wanted to go back to their roots a little bit. I like that they mentioned Sam Walton and his trucker hat. I thought that was like a really nice touch. Give it a purpose. If that's modernizing for screens, that's enough. Yeah. They did mention about like being digital first and things. So that seemed like important language to them. Anna Laura says, I feel a brand refresh should be rooted in company mission or looking to the future. If it's, ooh, this new bold font and slightly different hex code will enhance synergy across platforms, that's a waste of effort. Okay. What what really just what I think about is just the overhaul to change everything for such a minimal change. Like, is it even worth it? Like they have to update all their all their exterior signs for like this slight font change. I don't know. Seems costly, but it is Walmart. Connect culturally, engage community, and be consistent. Aw, thanks, Lindsay. I get it. It's Friday. Um, yeah, context. Why? Yes, focusing on the why. Ria says, focus on the story of the brand. I think people love clarity. So, why is the refresh happening and how it ties back to the brand? That makes it more meaningful. Yeah. And you know what? I mean, they did do this. I think it just speaks to the nature of like people jumping to conclusions and not reading things, not taking the time to really understand it. Like they did this, but people aren't giving them that time of day to understand the why. They're just like tweeting angry things or writing like think pieces about it without making that effort to understand. So minimal is fine, meaningful is more about the vibes. This is minimal but unobtrusive, whereas the Jaguar rebrand felt like they threw the old guidelines in the trash and then threw the trash can in the dumpster. Yeah, not everything needs a press release. Remember that press releases are for investors and partners and not necessarily for the consumer or fan of the brand. They have their place for official communication. Yeah, and I keep saying press release. I'm pretty sure there was a press release, but I actually mean on their website. So they have a whole page dedicated to this rebrand. Okay, let's pivot to Bad Bunny. Any Bad Bunny fans? So apparently Bad Bunny announced a residency in Puerto Rico. And he ended up putting this little quiz on his website. What is the title of Bad Bunny's new album? And apparently, this is a way to kind of screen his fans to ensure that real fans are the ones getting a chance at getting tickets. So it's kind of a little verification step, which I'm not up to speed. I would fail this quiz. But does anyone, for fun, does anyone know the title of the album? A, B, or C here? Um, so what do we think about this? I thought this was interesting. I thought it was a simple little way to add one little layer of verification, probably to prevent the bots from snatching up all the tickets, but I think there's still going to be scalpers and stuff. So my question for all of you brilliant folks here is, should tickets be prioritized to true fans? And then how do we do that? How is that measured? Where is the line? Um, if you're a loyal pop chatter, you all probably know our friend Georgie, who is a fandom expert. She has a PhD in fan studies, I want to say. And I think about something she says all the time that, there's no such thing as a number one fan. Um, if there is, if it's just because someone bought the most things, like that's not ideal. Like you can still be an amazing fan of something and not buy every single piece of merch they put out or all of their different vinyl. Like you can still be a fan. So I think the term number one fan is not right. Let's see. We're still talking about Jaguar having flashbacks to the Eras tour. Yeah, the Ticketmaster queue kicked my butt. But this brings it up. I mean, Taylor Swift a few years ago for her Reputation tour, she had this verified fan thing where you would get points for doing certain activities that would determine your place in the queue. So if you bought some merch or if you tweeted about her, if you did X, Y, and Z, if you opened an email, you got points. And it was a little unfair because some of it involved buying things. But now with the queue, this random lottery, I feel like a lot of true fans weren't getting tickets either. If you force people to prove fandom, it's a slippery slope. Imagine Swifties going up against each other. Yeah, it would get pretty tense. Prioritizing tickets for loyal fans could be beneficial, but requires a system that's transparent, fair, and inclusive. Measurement of loyalty should be multifaceted, acknowledging various forms of support while not closing doors to new fans. I think that is beautifully said, Shreyas. But yeah, it's like, how? How do we make it as great as this sounds? Is it harder in application? We have 89 people joining us right now. So say hello if you're just watching. Alyssa says, yes, I don't know how to measure it, but there has to be some way to qualify fans over scalpers at least. Don't get us started on the Eras Tour Ticketmaster disaster. I know, it still hurts. In the end, tickets go to the richest fans. Yeah, and even like the resale, it's insane. I'm not sure how you do it, but it's definitely nice to your community to prioritize getting tickets for them before the scalpers get a turn. Someone said once that it should be linked to your like Spotify streams. I don't know, I thought that was interesting. Kevin, I'll have to check out this T-Mobile stuff. Brandon says the balancing act to prevent bots and reward fans, but not trying to be inaccessible for others. Yeah. Is there a perfect answer? I just don't know. Force ticket buyers to submit karaoke videos that's judged by AI. I like this. I think that's that is an option. How to be a true fan. Some people would sell a kidney per ticket. Yeah, I know. It's like we could probably do like a whole Fear Factor-esque competition, like prove you're a real fan, do this crazy thing. It would get really off the rails. So, yeah, I did like that Bad Bunny did this. I think it maybe will prevent some bots from getting through, but and it didn't cost anyone anything to do that quiz. So Benjamin says, I don't think there should be a priority per se. Yes, there probably needs to be some kind of system in place for scalpers. Maybe the artists themselves work to reward their fans. Oh, so a little anecdote in Europe, you won because I bought tickets to a Taylor Swift show in Europe and then I got pregnant and I couldn't go anymore. But sadly, it was the Vienna, Austria show, which also ended up being canceled because there was like a terrorist threat. But anyway, when I went to resell them because I couldn't go, I couldn't sell them for a profit. Like, for one, like that should incentivize scalpers. And also, I had to sell them through the same marketplace where I purchased them. Like, I couldn't sell them on another third-party site. And if I did, they wouldn't work for that user because it attaches your name to the ticket. So if I wasn't present with whoever bought them, it wouldn't work. So why don't we just do that? Europe has it all figured out. Hey, Cassandra, it would be simple. Make it only legal to resell at face value. Yeah. Then scalpers would leave it alone. Why haven't we done this? Who do we have to write a strongly worded letter to? Spotify said Sabrina Carpenter was in my rap. Should I get tickets? Fun fact, the algorithm was wrong on this one. Yeah, Rob, I'm in that stage now where I have a 7-month-old. So like our algorithm is like, we haven't really shifted to kids music, but I do have some songs that I play just for her and my Wrapped is all messed up. And Alora, I'm curious about how ID verification or other two-factor authentication would help prevent bot ticket sales. It's hard to justify a true fan. Yes. Rachel said Spotify pre-sale is a thing. I didn't know that. Just happened to me, and I was able to get tickets early for a band I loved. It was tied to the fact that I'm a top listener, so I got an email from the band with a code. Yes. I love that. A lot of wiggle room. Simon Cowell to judge every single video. Yes, we'll do a little karaoke competition. All right. Thank you all for your discussion on this. Let's move on. Did anyone hear about this? So, the iconic brownstone featured in Sex and the City as Carrie's apartment. Oh, thanks for coming in, Alora. We have 93 people here. Let's see if we can get to 100 again. I don't have any confetti poppers like I did last week, but there is still confetti all over my office. Thanks, Brandon. So Carrie Bradshaw's apartment in New York City has become this tourist destination where tourists are climbing over this chain to take pictures on the steps. And it was just ruled that the owner was granted permission to put up a gate to prevent people from jumping over the fence, or supposedly, hopefully, prevent people from jumping over the fence. I don't know that it will, but she won that case. So this got me thinking, and this is kind of a tough question. Has social media made us disrespectful in some ways to just, I don't want to say trespassing. I mean, I guess it is trespassing, but we're out here doing anything for the gram. People are doing outrageous things. The owner of this building, an apartment, said that fans have even left graffiti on the stoop and that they've also carved their initials into her door frame. Like, where is the courtesy? Where is the decency? Um, so I don't know. Has social media made people more disrespectful in some ways? I'll stop talking for a second and let you think about this. Um, but yeah. Short answer, yes. Long answer, yes. Okay, I am guilty of this. This happens with the friend's apartment and the building that is the Arconia from Only Murders. People just need that pic. Yeah, at least that, like, I feel like there's some distance. Like, I have a picture with the friend's apartment, but I'm, like, on that street. Like, I'm not fully encroaching. Like, to carve your initials and to be on someone's steps, like, that is bold. Kyle says, reminds me of how people used to go to Walter White's house from Breaking Bad and throw pizzas on the roof. The owner put up a fence and painted the house so it didn't look the same anymore and people could not have access. Interesting. Oh, yeah. Rob had the same thought, the Breaking Bad pizza house. Yeah. So people are getting really bold. I think so. You open social media now, and most of the stuff you see posted by people are just so vile, and there seems to be no limits. Yeah. And I think also, trolls are just bolder. Like, people are hiding behind keyboards and saying things that you would never say to someone's face, never say or do. Um, there's a show on Maximum Effort that talks to people who have famous homes. Oh, like the Home Alone house or the Breaking Bad place. So I'm a little guilty. I've done a few of these things. I have a picture in front of Beyonce's childhood home. I have a picture in front of the Full House house, which is also like, maybe in hindsight, I shouldn't have done that. But I didn't go on the steps, okay? Did not go on the steps. I would have to watch that, Kevin. Can you get me the name of it? Unrelated to the gating of the house, but yes, 100%. People have gotten way too comfortable with what they do and share and post for engagement and attention. It hasn't made us disrespectful. Most people already are. Social has incentivized us to act in our worst ways and to broadcast it. That's an interesting argument, Jake. It's like people maybe were already raised to be that rude. They're just putting it online now. But a big no-no for me with social media is like filming people in gyms, like, or filming service workers. Even if someone's doing something wrong, like, you want to ruin their life because someone has, maybe there was a service worker who was having a bad day. Like, no. Social media has absolutely corrupted us and made us more selfish, people to not take into account that other people exist. Yeah. It's normalized invading other people's privacy. Oh my goodness. So many great comments here. Definitely make people more disrespectful. Oh, Michelle, it worked. Yay. People feel they're invincible and entitled when they're behind a keyboard. Yeah, people do anything for a couple views. It's scary. and it's only just beginning. General rudeness for rage baiting has gone up. Yes. Social media has made people feel like they own anything they see. Rachel, hold on, Rachel. I have sound effects today, everyone. Hold on. Wait, did that? Oh, wait, my volume's on 0. Woo! I love that. Social media has made people feel like they okay, that's enough. Own anything they see because it's available online in public. People feel entitled, whereas if you're at a museum or something, it's usually understood that you can only go so far. Ah, I like that distinction. Casey, hi. Yes, please put the chats in your calendar. I think I'll make a link for you all. Um, oh, picture of Taylor Swift's Rhode Island house. I would do the same. I heard she's renovating it. I'm not sure if it's made people disrespectful as much as it's just torn down the fourth wall that separates the real world from the celebrity world. Hold on, is this playing? I'm trying to play my sounds again. So in your mind, that's not a real place. That's the place you've seen in that show and you've watched all the episodes. So it's basically your house, Jesse. I love how you've rationalized this. I know you're being facetious, but yeah, that's what people think. The House From is the name of the show. I will be checking that out. Okay. If we're in person less, it removes the reality of the consequences. Yep. Absolutely. They don't care if they put their name and face behind it anymore. Oh, yeah. Keyboard warriors. Rhea says, I think there needs to be more time. Oh, for when tickets go live. We're back to Bad Bunny. Yes, absolutely. All right. Good discussion, everyone. It's society. We need some help. People need to have a little bit more courtesy, but I'm glad this woman won her case. Okay. So let's talk about Coors Light. Did we see this? That they've changed their name to Monday's Light. Speaking of poking fun, give me a thumbs up or an emoji or something if you have heard about this. Oh my gosh. I also love this. Hold on, I just noticed. I mean, they say we have a case of the Mondays. Like, that's extra brilliant because it's a case of beer. Oh my gosh. Just realizing things in real time. We have a case of the Mondays. So they had a massive typo. Yes, it was a mistake. They had a massive typo where they misspelled refreshment as refreshment. I don't know if it was just on the billboard in Times Square. It's pretty pretty obvious place to have such an error. I think it was on the packaging too. Maybe that's why. But they came out and said they have a case of the Mondays and they changed it to Monday's Light. Who hasn't made a typo from the brand account? I mean, it's just so relatable. Oh, I live 30 minutes from the Coors factory in Golden, Colorado, Rocky Mountain High. Yes, Jake. What a fun fact. Wait, Alyssa, you live close by too? Is that the me too? Lathan says, this is great. People thought it was a mistake, but totally intentional. It is meant to play on the Monday after the Super Bowl being the worst Monday. Oh. What? It was intentional? This has layers. I thought it was just a typo. But it connects to their ad for the big Monday after the Super Bowl is the worst Monday. Everyone needs to have that off. So my question to you all is, when is it appropriate for brands to poke fun at their mistakes? When is it appropriate? And do we think it was appropriate in this case? I think so. A typo seems pretty innocuous. So yeah. Someone I want to boot from here. I don't know how to do it. Anywho, so Blue Monday, is that the name for it? I just don't know. Oh, Alyssa, so you and Jake are near each other. You'll have to meet up. That's so funny. Kevin is just always out here with like sources or things we should all check out. I love it. If I wanted to escape my case of the Mondays, I'd pick a better beer than anything from from Coors. Okay, so let us know your beer of choice, Jesse. I didn't know this. It's all rigged. It's appropriate when they're not harming someone. I like that. I do need a separate baby Spotify. It's true. All right. So keep sounding off on this. When is it appropriate for brands to poke fun at their mistake versus maybe being a little more formal versus maybe, a true apology? Jake says when it's an actual mistake and not intentional. This was part of their strategy, so I'll let it slide. But really, brands should just make fun when it's a real mistake. Wow, you all are enlightening me. I didn't fully research this, I guess, and notice that it was just it was intentional. Drinking Coors Light would make me sad. Is Coors Light? Yeah, Coors Light is the one that changes color on the can. I think that's cool. Monday after the Super Bowl is the worst Mondays. Everyone deserves it. As someone who has done coverage reporting for multiple Super Bowl ads, no, that could never be. Yeah, that's true. Not in this industry. We're not getting the day off. I'm a big fan of not taking yourself seriously. So my answer is whenever you have a little mistake, you have to be able to laugh at yourselves. Yes, humanizes us as marketers. All right, keep letting me know your thoughts on this, but we're going to transition into a little intermission here and what I'm calling Feel Good Friday. So I want you to share something good with me. It could be good news that you've gotten, personal or professional. It could be an accomplishment. It could be a recommendation for something that we should watch, that we should buy, that we should read. It could be a shout out to someone. Anything. Anything. Ria says, fun fact, we have a Slack channel called Oops to poke fun at small mistakes. I hope Britney Spears is like the cover icon for that. I hope this whole mistake core goes away. It feels like blaming the intern all over again. Well said, Rob. That is a little pitfall of this. We hate that trope. 94 people are here watching. I want to hear 94 good things. Some good news. For me, I guess on a personal note, Monday, speaking of Mondays, was my 7-year wedding anniversary. So that's fun. 96 people are here. Kevin, oh, thank you. Yes, you appeared in my By Popular Demand newsletter this week. You were like the main attraction, the main message. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Ria has hit 10 years as a working pro. Hold on, I have more sound effects. More sound effects. Wait. We're going to keep it going. Congrats, Ria. How are you celebrating? Okay, hold on. You hit this thing and then it just plays on loop, but I might as well play it on loop because there's a lot to celebrate. Casey, I convinced my company to make a generous donation to LA firefighters and first responders. Casey, that is really meaningful. That is a great week at work. Forget the KPIs, forget ROI. That is what matters. Thank you. Hey, Jeremy. Aw, that is good news. I think so too. The return of Pop Chat. Thank you, Dan. Thank you so much. Oh, Jesse says things seem to be falling into place. That's pretty cool. Jake, 70 pounds lost? That is epic. Lathan restarted his marketing blog. Yes, we have the link. Shreyas, 800th hour of coaching. What? Epic. I have a work placement kid next week at work. Work placement kid. What does that mean? I'm really looking forward to giving her some okay. Mentoring. We love mentoring. Sorry if I read that wrong. Celebrating this weekend with the boy, watching the NFL playoffs. Oh, yes. Who's still in it? I don't even know. Kansas City. Who else? I I kind of stopped paying attention. Weren't the Vikings like just close? I don't know if they won. All right, keep telling me your good news. I want to hear it. So much to celebrate. But let's close out here. Work experience. Got it. Some industry news. All right. It's happening. It seems. A TikTok ban. Will a TikTok ban affect other platforms? How? This article is saying that the demise could boost Meta, YouTube, and other rivals. So what do we think? How will it affect other platforms? Will we see more people turn to YouTube? I don't know. I saw Snapchat is even doing a campaign around this, trying to get some users. Danny, yay, my kids are thriving. You have an ice hockey goalie, a gymnast, and a trombone player. That is amazing. That is a testament to you as well. That they have these interests, that they're sticking with things, that they're doing so well. That's amazing. Oh no, it's cold in Colorado. Yes, curled up with books. That is good news. What the heck is Red Note? Why is everyone joining it? Is it like TikTok? Yes, that's what I've gathered. I just don't have the energy. So if this is the end of TikTok, then it's going to be the end for me, maybe mindlessly scrolling videos. I don't know. We'll help Red Note. TikTokers hate Meta. Oh, okay. Even Instagram. YouTube Shorts will absolutely benefit. Yeah. And YouTube Shorts are no longer short. They are 3 minutes long now, or could be. Where will Instagram get all of its ideas in 3 weeks? Yeah. Where will all the reposted TikToks go? I could get behind bringing back MySpace. Hey, Jason. Oh, no. I already feel like I've been using it less and have moved on. I think it will be back. If Twinkies can come back and Toys R Us and what else? All the things. It always comes back. I'm not too worried. Every time people panic about the TikTok ban, I use my Bill Murray voice and say, human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. Okay, I can't hear this in my head, so I'm going to need like a little recording of this or something. Still interesting to see the rise of Red Notes. Is it #1 in the App Store? Can someone let me know? YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn's vertical video format. Yes, I need to do more of that. All booms coming up along with IG stories will all be used more. I think that makes sense. Vine did not come back. Why did Vine die? I don't really know. Meta is being punished. YouTube will do well, I think. Red Note is owned by China, so they're going to love all the propaganda opportunities. Yeah. Twinkies will live forever, as they should. If the ban sticks, then it will advance innovation for a replacement. Mark Cuban wants to invest in a blue sky open source alternative. Yes. Where are all the billionaires? Who's going to save it? I see a lot of backlash coming from Zuck. Yeah, his villain origin story. IG will get a bump, but I think YouTube is the likely recipient of all the migration. I think so too, especially because YouTube makes it the easiest to search. Like there are so many times where I want to search for a reel and I can't find it. It doesn't work. Oh, thank you for the Bill Murray reference. Toys R Us mention means I need to mention that Thriller writer James Pattison wrote the Toys R Us kid song. Kevin, you are so resourceful. Ghostbusters. Okay, I haven't seen it in so long. So long. I'm embarrassed. Okay, so let's end kind of on a positive note. Speaking of industry news and what platforms are doing, YouTube donated 15 million to LA. So we love to see it. We love to see anyone helping however they can. So thank you, YouTube and Google. It is the #1 app right now. Interesting. Mr. Beast or Musk talk. Yeah, well, something's got to happen. But also, like, today's the last business day. So if something doesn't happen today, I don't know what will be in store over the weekend. I guess it's going to be banned. All right, everyone. Speaking of helping and good vibes, we love to see that YouTube is doing this. I want to end with some helping hands. So share something you need help with right now. I can't promise that we'll be able to help each other. But let's spread some awareness about something you need, whether you're on the job hunt or you are doing social for a brand and you want some new followers and you want us to check it out. If you need, I don't know, if you're looking for a candidate for a role at your company, let us know. Let's spread some helping hands because it starts with getting comfortable asking for help. So let me know what you need help with right now. I will be reading through the comments. I think it's important to just put yourselves out there and be vocal about things you're going through. And if we're able to help, we will. So job seekers, let us know. If you're hiring, let us know. Yes, Kevin is looking for a job in PR. As you can see, he's very in the know. He knows what he's doing. So if you know any open roles, Kevin is on the hunt. Net weaving? What? Jake, what does that mean? I know you're jumping on a call. Aw, to help her find work, helping out. Yes, that's so beautiful. Can we all join this call? Anyone that's that's looking for work? Aw, Benjamin, I got rejected for another job yesterday, so I'm always open and looking for new opportunities, even just advice on changing up my strategy for applying. Thank you, Benjamin. I'm so sorry that happened. But we're thinking of you, and I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for roles. I love a contact at Meta Canada if anyone knows. Keep letting us know in the chat what you need help with. I'm going to leave this open for a moment. But I just want to net weaving, not networking. Yeah, net weaving. Did I say networking? We weave the fabric of our communities with friends and helpers. I love that. New writers at the agency in tech. Ria, thank you. Freelance clients, all of you are so busy doing things. So thank you for sharing this. We have 99 people joined. 2:00. We're right on the dot, about to wrap up, but 99 people. That is really awesome. So as far as what I could use some help with, just want to again plug and mention that I write the newsletter by popular demand. It is back post maternity leave. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, please, at briannefleming.com/newsletter. But I'll see you next week. I hope you all are still loving this live stream format. Thank you so much for spending your Friday with me. We're going to go out in style with more high tag, but weekend, and thank you so much for joining. Bye, guys.